Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. Today's video is slightly different from the regular ones where it's a lot of learning. This is more of an advisory video, if I can use that term, because I generally try and teach placements and how things can manifest in your horoscopes. Today I want to give you some advice also on how to use astrology. And I'm doing this is because in a lot of comments that I get, or calls that I get, or even mails that I get a lot of queries about you explain about Upapada Lagna, about Arudha Lagna, but you didn't explain about this or that. Sometimes people are not aware of what videos, whether I have made a video on, say for example, the Hindu Lagna or not, which I have, and they ask me. So one simple thing to do is how to check whether I have made a video on a certain topic or not. Get into my channel, then you have a search button on top. Get into the search button, there is this blank space where you just fill in that blank space with whatever you're looking for and hit search and see whether you can find a video that I've done on a topic that you are expecting me or wanting me to do a video around that, or whether I've done a video on that or not. So somebody was asking me, I think just a couple of days back, whether I have done or do videos on retrograde planets. I have done 4 or 5 videos on retrograde planets, if I'm not mistaken. So close to 400 odd videos I have already made, if I have not lost count. So check on the topic that you want and go into the search button. You will find maybe a video relevant or close up to the topic that you're looking for. Second, I have done a lot of videos on different lagnas. I think I have done the video on Upapada Lagna, I have done the video on Arudha Lagna, then I have done the video also on Hindu Lagna, and then I have done the video on the importance of the Lagna Lord versus or the Lagna between and the Navamsa Lagna. So I have done videos around these, if I am not mistaken, if I have not left out any of these. But I know there are a lot more to come, and they will come. Now my point of assertion is that as long as you're learning to understand placement better, fair enough. But if you are trying to find something more in depth, or to get more to be used as a crutch for you, because you are trying to find some hope for you somewhere, because your own horoscope doesn't look too bright for you, then that's not the right way to look at it. Because sometimes I do get when people approach me for analysis, and I've done an analysis and I've sent them my analysis around their queries, they come back to me and say, how about this, did you check from this lagna, did you check from that lagna, or did you check this or that? So they want good news, everybody wants good news, but I can't give you good news all the time. I can give you the true news. I don't like to sugarcoat my my analysis, because I like to give it straight. I may not give it in a severe fashion, but I will not hide, and in fact I try and give you some more if I see something in your horoscope which I think I need to share with you, which may not be a part of your queries. I try and give that to you if I find it, if it's important enough for you, even if it's not related to your query. So if you're looking at using astrology as a crutch because you don't like your horoscope, then I will not recommend that you do that, because see, astrology is only a strong probability. Astrology is not a guarantee. I have seen a lot of people who, even my clients, sometimes some of them have done very well in life, yet they are waiting for a certain dasha to click for them to do better, or a certain project to take off, and so on. So they expect, because the probability is higher, they have a higher chance of success. That's not completely true. a good dasha, a good antardasha, a good transit definitely adds value to or gives strength to a certain manifestation, but it's not a guarantee. So if you're sitting on your haunches for a dasha to give you certain results or a transit to give you certain results, it won't give you that results, because one of the first few shlokas in Brihad Parashara Hora Shastra says that without effort the wheels of the chariot will not move. So effort is the starting point apart from your good placements, which are definitely a starting point, but without you pushing the wheels of the cart or of the chariot, it won't move. So unless you are ready to put in the effort and move in the direction of what the strengths in your horoscope are, you may not get good results. So I have also done a video on how to find whether planets are well placed in your horoscope or not. So find out whether your planets are well placed or not and which direction they are leading, and go in that direction, which I have also said in one of my videos, that are you putting your betting on the wrong horse, which means that are you trying to extract results from a less supportive planet or a weak planet or an inimical planet, then those kind of results will not come to you. So you need to be looking at what are the planets which are in favor of you or their probability to give you good results is higher, and then seek and add strength to them through your own effort, through your own willpower, and then you will be able to do very well. There is this anecdote or a parable about Hazrat Ali, or Ali as you know from Islamic culture, and it is said that he is also the son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad, and there is a parable which goes that he was going into war and somebody told him, some astrologer told him that a certain planetary placement is not good for you, so why don't you postpone going into war? So Ali asked him, which is that planet which is putting an impediment or hurdle to my winning this war or me going into war? So the astrologer pointed to a star in the sky and said, that is the star which is a hurdle to you. So Ali, he had a sword which is a double-edged sword, which is a very famous sword of Ali. He pointed his sword towards the planet or the star, and that star broke asunder, broke into pieces. Then he turned to the astrologer and said, is it right now? Is it okay now? The astrologer was astonished that how can somebody do that? Now this is a parable. Nobody can point a sword to a star and break into pieces, but various parables in our lives is about giving us the strength of our willpower, and how we can, through our willpower, through our perseverance, through our patience and through our effort and a strong motivation, get results even to the contrary. Sometimes planets help us a little more than somebody else. However, when you add a lot of strength and you persevere and you put a lot of passion in a certain area, you will get some results from it, and sometimes great results from it also, if your planetary placement also support you. And hence astrology should be used as a guide rather than a crutch that you are walking on. So sometimes people trying to look at different lagnas, hoping that if my lagna is not giving me good results, or that doesn't show, maybe the Aruga lagna will show some different results, or maybe the Hindu lagna will give me more money, or maybe the Upapada lagna will give me better relations rather than my 7th lord afflictions, and so on. So it is like doobte ko tinke ka sahara, it is said in Hindi, that somebody who is drowning is trying to clutch at straws in the water. We know nothing is going to happen by you clutching on straws. You are going to drown and the straw is going to go down to the depths with you. So use astrology as a guide, and let me tell you this, the strongest manifestation in your horoscope will be the lagna chart, which is created through what your ascendant is, and that is the most important chart in your horoscope. Many times people ask me, when I give results about planetary placement in different houses, they ask me, will this work also in the D9 chart? And I don't know what is this so much obsession about the D9 chart. D9 chart is definitely important, but it is not so very important that it can override the lagna chart. It is not that way, and I have explained this in many videos, where if you make 9 pieces of a pizza, the 9th piece will also remain a pizza. Maybe you get more toppings there, but it will still remain a pizza. It doesn't become a cake. So keep in mind that good placements in the Navamsa don't override a bad placement in the Lagna chart. They can reduce the weakness of the planet if they are placed in a good Navamsa, or they can add strength to the planet. Say for example, if they go Vargotama or they are placed in the good Navamsa. Somebody was asking me whether Saturn going into Libra in the Navamsa doesn't make it exalted. Well, I pointed out it does not. The reason being is Saturn in Libra has to be at specific 20th degree to be exalted. If Saturn goes into Aries at a certain degree, it may still go into in the Navamsa in Libra, even in Taurus and many other signs at a certain degree in those signs. It will show you in Libra in the Navamsa, but that doesn't mean the planet gets exalted. So here it is like, I've got an exalted planet, so it will give me great strength, yippee, or great dasha is coming, so I'm going to do good. Don't depend on planetary placements, or don't clutch on straws, or don't walk on crutches to give you the strength. The astrological books themselves have said so much that without your effort nothing will materialize. And there are also shlokas which say except Brahma nobody knows. And this is also one of the important shlokas in the Parashara Ahura Sastra, or I think in Jataka Chandrika, where it said that only Brahma knows, nobody else knows. So which is trying to tell you that don't depend so much on astrological placements, because even when astrological placements may tell you that certain results may come, who knows? Only Brahma knows whether those results will actually come to you. And above and beyond all, your karma also comes into the picture. So depend on astrology or astrological readings only so much. Depend on your willpower, depend on your motivation, depend on your power, depend on the love and affection and support of your family and friends, and depend on your purpose of life. Choose a purpose of life which truly appeals to your heart. Don't be too much led by astrological placements unless you are a little materialistic about it and you want to do well in life. But if there is something which is truly close to your heart and you want to do it, just move into that direction and put all your passion and effort in that direction. You will find you will get good results. You may get great results also, who knows, but you will definitely get good results if there is a lot of passion and you are trying to do something for the large humanity and not only for yourself, because through that you will find success will come to you. Most of the religious texts also say the same thing. The Gita also says that you do your karma, you do your work, leave the fruits to me. Krishna says this to Arjun. And in Islam we say harkat mein barakat. In your effort you get rewards. So keep doing your efforts. Don't depend too much on X Lagna or Y Lagna or this placement or that placement on an exalted planet. So don't be too fearful of a debilitated planet or a combusted planet, and don't allow your energy to to be deflated and to lose your motivation. Don't do that. Don't be sucked in by some placement which is giving you less strength or not giving you great results. You keep doing what you want to do. You keep following your passion. You keep putting in the effort. You keep following your chasing your dreams, following your dreams. Definitely somewhere you will end up, and that will give you more happiness. That will give you more peace of mind also. I will make a separate video on why the Lagna, the ascendant Lagna is the most important Lagna in the horoscope, and it overrides all other Lagnas. It overrides the Upapada Lagna, the Arudha Lagna, and the Hindu Lagna, any other Lagna, then you can say, and it overrides all other divisional charts, whether it's D9, D10, whatever you want to talk about it. So I've done some videos on that, but I will do a special video also specifically explaining why that particular Lagna is more important and why that should be the crux of your readings, the crux of the analysis, and others should only be complementary rather than supplementing the Lagna chart or the ascendant Lagna, and others should be used to more validate or to add strength to that analysis. So friends, look into your own horoscopes, and my request is do search for in my channel specific video, and if you still don't find it, you may request to me, and if I find it's more generic value for others rather than specific placement only to your horoscope, then I will try and make a video around it. And once more, I request you, don't over depend on horoscope analysis, don't over depend on astrology. use astrology as a guide, but don't allow astrology to become your crutches, because you're only allowing astrology to suck you down rather than help you elevate you. So friends, share this video, like this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation for me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.